Hey, what is going on, guys? So in today's video, I'm going to be going over 3 simple steps to start investing in the stock market. If you have no knowledge of the stock market, all you have is just a curiosity and an eagerness to learn. So my 3 simple steps are for people who, just want to get started in the market, who want to hold it long term, who want to really stick with it, whether it be for a living or for, just in general, just for something to do on the side, for passive income. So my 3 simple steps are: step 1, choosing the right broker for you. So in my opinion, when I first started out, I chose Robinhood. So I have Robinhood right here, and Robinhood is, in my opinion, one of the best brokerages to get involved with if you're first starting out stocks. It's completely commission free, very simple user interface. Because what I've noticed with a lot of other user interfaces is that they're very, very complicated and maybe hard to understand, and especially for a new trader. So Robinhood offers plenty of help on that. They offer a bunch of tips and tricks for you on investing, and just on top of that, a really clean and nice user interface that doesn't bombard you with information, but also gives you enough information to make your own right trades. So essentially, I recommend either Robinhood or M1 Finance. Both of these are completely commission free, which means you'll be making every single cent of your money. They won't take a single cent from you. They will make interest off of your money. However, they will not take any off of trades specifically. So you only have to pay to place a trade on either of these platforms. And both of them have very, very simple, easy to understand user interfaces. So this is something that I recommend when you're looking for new brokerages to try out. And if you don't like one, if you try Robinhood and you don't like it, you could always go to M1 Finance. If you try M1 Finance and you don't like it, you could always go to Robinhood. Personally, I switched from Robinhood to M1 Finance just for the sake of trying something new. So I would definitely recommend trying something new if you are maybe not feeling your brokerage, or you really maybe want to move up a level and try something that is a little bit more complicated, a little bit deeper. And I definitely recommend M1 Finance for very, very new traders, because essentially you just pick the companies and they will do the trading for you. And if you want to withdraw at any time, they will withdraw, and you can make every single cent of your money. It's very easy to keep track of your dividends, everything like that. So definitely Robinhood and M1 Finance are the 2 big dogs, in my opinion, if you want to get started. So my second tip is to develop a simple long-term strategy and start off by buying companies that you know. So what I mean by this is, let's say if I was just a brand new trader, brand new to the stock market, had no idea what I was doing. One thing that I would know is these companies right here. I mean, a few of them you guys might not know, but most people know Apple, most people know Microsoft, most people know Coca-Cola, Disney, Visa, and Walmart. So you want to start off by buying companies that you know, nice blue chip stocks that are very, very safe in comparison to other stocks such as penny stocks or, ETFs. And you will learn about ETFs and you will learn about penny stocks later on in your trading journey. But when you first start out, in order to be successful, I would stick with companies that you know. So for M1 Finance, you're essentially building a pie. So what I would recommend doing if you are trading on M1 Finance is, having more percent allocated to companies that you know better. So essentially what I mean by this is, if you're just starting out and you see Apple on here and you know Apple really well, you know exactly what they're doing, what plays that they're making in the market, you would choose Apple and you would allocate the most percentage to Apple, which means that you're essentially kind of limiting your risk by choosing a stock and a company that you know really, really well. And that is just my second tip for you guys. Start with companies that you know. Develop a long-term strategy. Short-term strategies I would get into later in your trading journey. Sometimes never at all. It's not for everyone. Short-term strategies such as like short-term options trading or day trading, I would definitely not recommend day trading, or I would not recommend either of those if you're first starting out. What I would recommend when you first start out is just buying companies that you know, holding them for a while, and seeing how you do, and then going from there. A mistake that a lot of people make when they're first starting to get in is they see these success stories about people who traded penny stocks, or they started day trading and they just made millions and millions of dollars. Well, that is cool and all, and that can happen to you. However, it is very, very unlikely, and you're less likely to get wealthy trading penny stocks and day trading than you are to build wealth over time by just buying blue chips that you guys know about. So, common mistake for a bunch of people, that they just start off by trying to day trade and then they become unsuccessful, and then they say, oh, well, I don't know how to do this whole thing, so I'm just going to quit. So I would recommend holding off day trading and options trading until you really, really get a feel for how the market works and how it trades. So that kind of leads me into my third tip, is to develop a plan and learn from your mistakes. So essentially what I mean by this is develop a plan to maybe invest $10 a day, develop a plan to invest $100 a month, anything really. You don't even need to invest, if you don't have a job, and if you just invest birthday and Christmas money like I did when I first started out, just stick with that and make a plan to invest every single cent, or maybe 75% or something like that, of all your birthday money, all your Christmas money, all of your income, essentially. Just find that number out for yourself and stick with it, and stick to consistently. Consistency is kind of key in the stock market, and the stock market can go anywhere, and when you're consistent, it will most likely be more consistent with you, and it will repay you for that. Warren Buffett said that if you invest $10 a day in an S&P 500 index fund, in 50 years you will be a millionaire. And that is exactly what I mean when I'm saying this to you, is to develop a long-term strategy and be consistent and just stick to what you know. Because in the stock market, it's really good to learn new things, but it is also better to stick with what you know, because when you stick with what you know the best, you get paid more, which is extremely, extremely good, especially for stockholders. So definitely stick with what you know, stick with your gut, and really try to get those gains. Go for those gains. Go for 8% a year, go for 10% a year. The limit's never really too high for you guys, as long as you just consistently make goals for yourself, because the more you make goals for yourself, the more successful you will probably be. So those are my 3 basic beginner tips for investing in the stock market. If this video is of any value to you, I would definitely recommend hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and ringing the bell to get notified of my future uploads. And if you guys like this, please leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.